Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
But I have young wooden design that
Slain. An enemy has been slain. Shut down. An ally has been slain.
Flash up. Thought I did.
Shut down.
I hope he doesn't have teleport. Alright. Well, he flash ulted for it.
slain.
2-step rock dragon. Purple one. Dang, that was close. Had to try that. Oh man, a little short on everything this game. Oh my god, this dude's ganking again. He never fucking leaves. So tired of that back.
He is unstoppable.
I thought he would turn. He's not gonna run? I guess I should have held out in case he did. I would say forget the Cho'Gath. Now Zach is up and Trundle's up and everything, so we can't take the tower. Lock their window. You guys don't want to do it. guess, and push top. Yeah, it was right there, that's fine. Yeah. No flash. Gonna take it. Nice hit. Yeah, why not? I already up to 8 stacks. I'd call that a win. Stack's gonna be up in 3, that's gonna be annoying. Luna has no ult. Oh, wait, why did they forget about me? I'm pretty sure I left me. Wow. I think they can just end off of that.
No, because you and Sharon, I nothing walked away.
No, we'll leave that. Oh no, I'm sorry, dude.
You have slain an enemy. Legendary. Victor.
Oh man.
Alright, we get support resistance, it will bounce or higher volume. Levels. This is all factual data, and there's been proven times throughout history where you can look at certain technical patterns and what kind of psychology that brings upon. And right here, this is a very bullish context, right? Bullish context, price going up, but structurally speaking, not the greatest look. All right. Now on a monthly chart, we pointed this out too. We're looking at yield curves, and the yield curves when they get above the 10 minus 2 is above that 1, or the 10 minus 3 a month after 1.5. You know, we're at that critical juncture point as we're breaking through to these new time highs as the S&P 500 just finally cracked 4,000 for the first time. Just look through history though. When that took place here, the market started rolling over. All right. So is the Fed going to continue its policy of print, or are they going to change their policies here soon because they're starting to notice yields really started to gain some momentum here, which is interesting. Okay, we're just at a very interesting time in history. Unfortunately, we can't predict anything, but we can point out things that happen in history. Now, from a daily perspective, this doesn't look all too bad, right? The 20 is sloping up, the 50 is sloping up, the 200 is sloping up. So very bullish context. Okay, very bullish, and it's already a strong start to April. Look, we went up pretty significantly, up 1.18%. We finished above 4,000 at psychological level. So we thought potentially it could be a double top, but we had to see some strength. We saw that strength. I drew a rising wedge here previously on my last market brief, and I'll show you that on the dollar section of today's analysis. But I redrew out this to be a potential still rising wedge, but with a price target more up towards 4,100. Now, I wanted to call out this. We called out this descending broadening wedge here. All right, we called that out and said the price target would be 4,100 on a complete breakout. Then when we broke down, started moving higher, we started consolidating to the 50 period. Then we said that was a bull flag. Then the breakout would be still right around 4,100 as a target. Doesn't mean you can't stop there. And this technical pattern would allow us to get up to probably around 4,300, 4,400, 4,500 potentially if it continues screaming higher. So we're gonna have to keep an eye out for that. Now, I forgot to draw this out, but there is another gap in the market left here. So far seasonality holds true. Volume, I'm not really digging all too much as of right now though. Let's look at the Dow Jones. The first thing I want to look at in the Dow Jones is a quarterly chart of the DJW. This is global index, all right? And what I want to call out here is this channel, okay? We're looking back to 1992, and this is important because it has acted as key levels of support and resistance. Now, there's things known when we look at channels, they're called exhaustion breaks. And an exhaustion break looks just like this right here, where we start cracking down to the downside, okay? And then we all of a sudden come right back in supported by higher amounts of volume. So you can see here perfectly acted as support, then we had a slight exhaustion break here during the financial crisis, and then we started ripping up higher, all right? Here it acted as resistance, here it acted as resistance. Right here where we're at as we're moving into this oversold territory on a quarterly time frame, not to mention, we're completely disconnected. We're now the start of the first quarter and last quarter, we're completely disconnected from the 5 EMA, and now we're trading above the monthly Bollinger or quarterly Bollinger Band, which is a big deal. That's a big overextension. Doesn't mean that it can't go higher. Now, there's a couple things here that I want to point out. An exhaustion break, first off, actually just this breakout, that's bullish, okay? Overall bullish. Why? Because we broke through an area of resistance, and resistance can become support. This is what you want to watch out for. Notice how the 5 EMA is coming into this area, so if we come back and backtest it, we may move higher. That would validate resistance turning into support. However, what I want you to pay very close attention to is if we break down back in within this channel on accelerating volume, all right? That means it's confirming an exhaustion break. What does that mean? Well, first off, when it had an exhaustion break here, what took place? We rallied really significantly higher. So if we do get that crack below, we could accelerate to the downside. Okay, it's a possibility, and I'm just calling that out here. Now, even from a monthly perspective on the DJW, now we're only looking to 2010 and up, you can call out this channel as well. And we had it act as resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, and then we had that exhaustion break right here. All right, so an exhaustion break, you get increased volume, all of a sudden the markets then find their leggings and we rip up higher, and we ripped up higher and fast. So what I want to call out here now is this could be the potential exhaustion break as well. Now, this is bullish context. Once again, we're trading right around the upper Bollinger Band, and we're disconnected from the 5 EMA. So we're overextended. This could be an exhaustion break. You need to pay attention to where we are. It is still, like I said, in bullish context because we broke out, and when you break out of resistance, it then could potentially form a new channel. All right, it could break out and continue to channel higher, but just notice the steepness of this channel. So it's not typical to have even a steeper channel on top of a steep channel because that can just result in a faster break. Typically, the steepness of a channel, they break a lot easier and a lot quicker. Now, from a weekly perspective, the Dow Jones Industrials looks very similar to the S&P 500, right? We had that rising wedge. We're right here at the upper channel trend line. April seasonality says we're going to go higher. This is why I'm saying, okay, if seasonality holds true and we squeeze higher, that could be just a complete blow off tops type of month. So that's kind of where my thought process is. I'm not ready to short the market. I don't plan on shorting the market unless it's intraday, just because of the fact that, or maybe hedging, obviously hedging long positions, but you got to be very careful shorting a market that's like this, completely vertical, because finding the top is darn near impossible. It's very difficult, just like finding the bottom is darn near impossible, right? So here's the Dow Jones Industrials on a daily time frame, a different story, right? It's bullish. 20 period sloping up, 50 sloping up, 200 sloping up. Look at the fallout in volume as we had a nice update. This could be potentially a bull flag that sends us higher back into this area of resistance of this broadening wedge, ascending broadening wedge pattern, megaphone pattern, which could be bearish. And if we broke down to the downside, the target would be right around 28,500 on this specific. But right now, we're at these all-time highs, so it is what it is. Transports also a very oversold, overbought, sorry, from the weekly perspective, and we're continuing to ramp higher and higher. Notice this week right here in this overbought territory, volume fell off a cliff right here. You can see that just the last 3 weeks, just down, 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 down. Okay, so that is a little bit cause of concern right there. It'd be interesting to see what takes place next. If we start falling on accelerated volume, you just gotta be very careful. We have the 13-week EMA. I gotta switch that over to 20 right here, right around this trend line. So we're still technically within this pattern, allowing us to go potentially higher. Just be aware, it's pressing higher and higher every single week, and now we're starting to see this volume really kind of fall off. Let's look at the Russell 2000, but in order to do so, we're gonna look at the iShares Russell 2000 ETF, the IWM, and I'm gonna look at it in a monthly time frame, and I'll show you a long-term chart here as well. 2001 to 2021. This is another channel that I'm kind of paying attention to. You can see here in the financial crisis, that was an exhaustion break because we came through down to the channel, all right, but then volume started picking up. We immediately got, not immediately, but we did recover and get back in. We fell back down, retested it, acted as support. That's what confirms this right here as just being an exhaustion break. Then we acted as resistance where right around 2018, late 2018 with the whole repo crisis. We started falling down, we started recovering, then the pandemic hit. If you're paying attention to this chart, you would have noticed this exhaustion break right here. Notice the increased volume as it was coming down and then recovered on increased volume coming back into the channel, signaling an exhaustion break where that could have been at the bottom. And look how fast we exploded to the upside. Now what's interesting here, we're back above. This is bullish so far. The last month was a pretty big indecision type candle. We gapped up, we filled the gap, we came all the way back up, we're back down. So a lot of indecision taking place. This is still bullish context. Notice the volume increase right here on the breakout. If we start falling back within the channel and we recapture, the bears recapture the 5 EMA on a monthly time frame on accelerated volume, buckle up because it can get pretty crazy. Now on the weekly time frame, we're still within this rising wedge technical pattern. The 13 EMA is holding a support. We have a negative divergence. I'm kind of looking to see if we do squeeze up here in April to 235, 240. That to me would, that's completely vertical, but it would make sense from a seasonality perspective, and I'd be very, very careful at that point. Price percent oscillator here is crossing over in bearish. My main price target on this is if we crack through this pattern is right around 170 to 180, right down there. On a daily time frame, we came down into this area of support that we mapped out. We bounced from those levels. April's a good start so far. We're seeing decreased volume. The price percent oscillator is kind of curling itself up back above zero, so maybe perhaps this is the early signal of a stronger move to recapture the all-time high and press higher in small caps. Now, a large percentage of the holdings of small caps, 20% is the financial. So if banks do well, small caps can do well as well. But we're seeing kind of yields tap out right now, which we'll get into here soon, which could put a little bit of pressure, a little bit of a slowdown, a little bit of a break within the banking institution. So we'll see here how that plays out. But just take note, this could be potentially a bear flag, bear pennant rising, how it looks right now. But you don't want to miss these kind of runs if seasonality holds true. So you can be bullish, just be bullishly cautious in this environment. Now let's look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ fell into the 20 EMA. Guess what? We recovered. We held strong, and then we saw a strong start to the week, up 2.71%. Take note of the volume. Volume's dying off here too. Very, we haven't seen volume this low for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, for over a month, and we're starting to move up higher, cracking out of this. So if this is a false break of these, past few weeks of candles, that'd be pretty interesting to me. And then if we fall below the 20 EMA and we have a closing week there, I just be very careful because we haven't had a closing week really below the 20 EMA for quite some time, as you can see, just looking back throughout the chart. Now on a daily perspective, looking at the cues, inverse head and shoulder neckline broke out. Now during this, last 3 weeks of trading, 4 weeks, a month, or whatever it is, we've had a lot of false breakouts. We've had a lot of whipsaws. We've had a lot of chop. So I do not want to diminish the fact and say, okay, this breakout's solid, we're good to go. I just want you to be well aware that this could be a false breakout, right? There's always that possibility. Now, when you match in seasonality and some of the indicators that we look at, you'd say, okay, no, I can see that this pushes up to all-time highs, and it would make sense to. We're back above the 50, we're back above the 20, inverse head and shoulder breaking out of the neckline. This looks strong so far. So it does look strong moving into April. The area of resistance really is right around 330 to 335 to take out that all-time high. So if tech does benefit from yields, for example, I'm taking a breath right here. We're moving down. That and April seasonality to match with that. Tech or the Qs, NASDAQ, we can see all-time highs and potentially even higher on this big boom, big melt up. And then from that point, we have to reconsider and look at where we are going into May. The semiconductors make up a big portion of the NASDAQ. We did break out of this rising wedge, but we did tap into the 20 EMA, and now we're starting to see strength come back into that. So quickly recovering, but we haven't really recaptured this trend line. So this can send us up higher and higher, making it to all-time highs. So we're seeing a lot of strength here in the semiconductors. Pay attention to the negative divergence. Price percent oscillator is actually bearish at the particular point in time, but it is well above zero, so that is a good sign. All right, now it's time to get into some indicators. First off, from a monthly perspective, what's the CPCE telling us? The put-to-call ratio, 0.42. Everyone is extremely bullish right now heading into April. That's what it's telling me. However, what I want to call out here is look at asset managers, the NIM exposure index. Now we're even lower this week than we were from the previous week. Interesting. So is this like asset managers telling us like, hey, they're not convinced right now? Because we've seen them do max leverage even at extended levels before. And now they're way down here, below the September area. And to me, that's saying it can signal a couple of things. It's very hard to determine as of right now. All right, but professional asset managers aren't really buying into this from the looks of this. That's kind of how I'm reading it, which is a little concerning because we have retail, at its most euphoric levels, and now we're cracking above these 4,000 levels. So if this changes next week, okay, that could be one thing. But right now, it's almost saying, hey, like we don't believe this right here at all. So we're selling positions into all these retail buyers. I could be completely off right there and just misinterpreting this, but that's just kind of how I'm interpreting it at the moment. We'll see how other people interpret it later. Right here is the more of a sentiment indicator. We were at a very high peak, 2.5, the highest since really 2018, and now you can see that we've dipped back. We're still extended right around 2.0 on the bullish to bear ratio as we're reaching these all-time highs. So we reached all-time highs and we saw a little bit dip in sentiment right there. Now, from an internal perspective, I'm looking at the BP chart. So bullish percent index, 76% of the stocks within the S&P 500 are on buy signals. So it broke out of this little trend line. Now it's starting to scream higher. This is where overextended territory gets. So be mindful of that. And we're not quite overbought here on the RSI, so it has a little bit of room to go. Let's proceed with caution if these get overextended to the upside. Same thing goes with the BP index. You can see very similar here, starting to scream higher, not quite overbought. Then on the Dow Jones, this is interesting. The BP INDU is still oversold as we're reaching all-time highs. So I'm a little confused with that chart. Even the BP GDM looks pretty interesting right here. This is the bullish percent index for gold miners. Got pretty overextended to the downside. Oversold is really around 20, especially when you see these spikes. But I want to call it this little falling wedge here. You see the falling wedge on the GDX, and you see the uptick in the RSI. Perhaps we're starting to get some strength right now. Hasn't been confirmed, but that could be a good sign for the miners, gold, silver, etc. Now, I need to obviously call out the VIX, right? The VIX, this gap that has been, since the pandemic hit, has not been filled. And finally, on April Fools, it was filled. That is weird to me. So I don't know how to quite interpret that other than once support is broken, then you have a level of resistance. There's a pretty big down day for the VIX, right? As we're reaching all-time highs, minus 10.6%. This can act as a level of support. You can see right here, this could be potentially a falling wedge forming out longer term. We have a lower Bollinger Band upticking right now, right around 16. I can't even read that number, right around 1650. That can act as an area of support, the lower Bollinger Bands, and you have the gap fill. So this is a little bit, freaky to look at, but it doesn't mean that we can't continue to flush through to the downside. And we left a gap above us, and sometimes gaps on the VIX, typically gaps on the VIX do get filled. And we can look at other time frames, and there's even more gaps above it. So just pay attention to that moving in. Now I'm going to show this term, the weekly chart of the VIX, and I just wanted to call out, from 2018 to right here, then you can see when we gapped above basically and ripped higher, then it's been acting as support right here on that candle, support, resistance. So another area of confluence is right here, like I said, 1587, 1550, 15. That could very well be an area of support where we crack back up higher. So keep that in the back pocket. We have this is support. We have the Bollinger Band, the weekly lower Bollinger Band as support too. So, and we have this bullish type of structure forming, which allows us to say, okay, well, potentially this is setting up for even a big vol spike here in somewhat the near future, but nothing has been confirmed yet. Now let's take a look at commodities.
Minions have spawned.
We will be out of mana soon. I don't know if we can get there quick enough. No, they just warded it. If we went straight down, then maybe. Oh, yeah, maybe we can't tumble through this. Mine? Yours? I don't remember. 280? 280, I think, because they were on sale for Black Friday. Yeah, normally I think they're 320 or something. Yeah. We know that she's ult, so. She has no mana either.
Double kill.
No, I had a Tesla put, but I sold it. Now I just have Bitcoin. Yeah. Yeah. No, for a big loss.
Oh, no!
Yeah. It's fine. Like half, but it's fine. We still got some left. Was that 180? Was that 180? And now we're at 90. Yeah. Oh, we found it.
Rampage. An ally has been slain.
I have all soon, but I don't know.
An ally has been slain. Dominating.
Um, 30?
Enemy rampage. Ally has been slain. Double kill.
We'd have to pay tax on half of it anyway, so it's not like we would have that much. We have to pay tax on half of it anyway, so it's not like it's actually that much. I think a bit more than half. Yeah, because there's, yeah, like 50 or 60, 62 or something. I think it's like 62%. Yeah, but it's treated as personal income. You only get capital gains if it's a long-term investment. Otherwise, it's just regular income, yeah. What is he doing? That's like a 1v4, man. I don't know something about that. Number 4, man. Gotta totally change this guy. Ooh. I wish I had hourglass. There's the big tower. Save the hourglass. Actually, did I have ult there? I could have killed her very easy. Jinx is going bottom.
An ally has been slain.
Dang. I can probably take mid tower. It's nasty big wave. But if you shove the tower, push that one move, push that one move. Push that one move. If we just W'd that wave with Dark Bolt, I think I would have taken the tower. Caitlyn doesn't really need escorting there, and I don't think Dragon's on. Down for 3 minutes, Dragon's not up, so it's not really losing their own bottom. Oh, that Q too. Oh, Jinx is up there.
Ally has been slain.
Okay, you need Ignite, I didn't think you would die in 3 hits. Need the Jinx first. Jinx first.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Enemy killing spree.
I wanted to do Seraphine, but I don't think I can. I want at least. Oh, he's dead. Oh no. Yeah, I gotta just focus the Jinx first every fight. I was like just ending it. That's fun.
Has been destroyed.
But we'll also get to this.
Why does this Graves keep standing so close to the Jinx? Like, you know she's gonna get the excitement or whatever from the kill. You just don't stand that close.
Commodities. I'm gonna look at gold on the weekly first. Hammer candle at the 61.8 retracement level. Good sign so far for gold that we, found some support here. Are we gonna get follow through? It still needs a lot of confirmation, but we got lower lows, lower highs, so not the greatest looking. But this candle did give us a little bit of hope for those gold bulls. On a daily perspective, falling wedge. We came up into this area of resistance. Are we gonna get follow through? Perhaps the volume doesn't look all too good, but perhaps if we break out and see some strong volume, that can be a good signal. We're still below the 50, still below the 200 though. Take note. Silver on a weekly perspective, we touched down hammer candle after this pull down, so that's a good sign into the 50 EMA. So that could be setting us up for a move higher in silver. Needs to be confirmed. We need to crack above this candle and get back above the 20 EMA. And from a daily perspective, we have this bullish falling wedge type pattern. We're back above the 200-day moving average, but we haven't been confirmed on a breakout yet of this falling wedge. But that can be very bullish if we do start breaking out of this falling wedge. So let's keep an eye on that. Bitcoin's been struggling for the last 4 days, really chopping sideways. Figured on this breakout of this resistance, we could see some more strength. But right now, it's kind of just taking this pause. Couldn't tell you why, but that looks like the case. Struggling right around 60,000. So I think if we take out the all-time high previously right here, maybe that's where we start really getting some more strength and more momentum as we've seen previous breakouts of all-time highs. It saw strength. Previous breakout, we saw strength. So perhaps it's going to be a very similar situation if we get that break. Price percent oscillator right here is crossing over, and that looks bullish too as well. All right, now it's time to look into the dollar. We're going to start off with the monthly time frame. I just want to call out a couple things here. First off, bear flag form. We cracked below it, false break down, and then we recovered. That was in 2017, 2018. Very similar type bear flag pattern, right? And we cracked down. Could be potentially another just bear trap right here, and then we're starting to squeeze higher. You could draw these out as falling wedges. That's how I did it on the weekly time frame. You can see the falling wedge here from 2017 to 2018. We broke out and saw some strength in the dollar. Now we're breaking out of this falling wedge. We got above 92. That was a good sign. Are we going to see continued strength? The price percent oscillator looks good, but it is still below zero. This candle right here, this weekly candle, that is a shooting star type candle. Not the greatest look as you see a long upper wick, and then the bears stepped in. So not really creating a new high on the weekly chart. So just take note of that. But right now we are back above 92. So perhaps we test 92 and then we run higher. It's hard to say at this particular point in time. However, if we get a falling dollar, that could be very good for equities, and that would support this April seasonality. So notice how this closed off the week in an inverted hammer, okay? And then on top of that, April is typically from a seasonality perspective a strong month, all right? So there's nothing guaranteed in these correlations, but if we do, as we've seen in 2020 when the dollar cracked through 92 and it started falling pretty fast, that's when the equity market started to really scream. And then you can see that here on the daily perspective, right here on 92. When we crack down, you saw the S&P 500 really start to move up higher. And you can see the negative correlation, how we put a high here, a lower high, and a lower high, and we stair step up on the S&P 500, which is a good sign. Now, what we said in the last market brief was we called out this rising wedge, and we said, hey, if the dollar falls over, that can easily push this up higher, and that's exactly what happened. So if April seasonality holds true and this dollar starts falling down, keep in mind we're above the 200-day moving average right now. We're above the 20 and we're above the 50. This is how trends change, okay? Good trades over and over eventually change a trend. Right now, we haven't been confirmed on any of that yet. So if the dollar does continue to fall, I expect Bitcoin to rally, I expect gold to rally, I expect silver to rally, I expect, especially if yields hold at where they're at or fall lower, I expect tech to rally too. Okay, so it could be a very bullish April, setting up the stage for this big blow off top. It just makes sense to me, but you got to just be very careful in this environment because you can get some huge whipsaws pause and blow off tops or melt ups, etc. So just pay close attention to that. Let's watch the dollar and see what happens here in coming weeks. Now let's take a look at bonds and yields. So you can see here we had a pullback. Oh my gosh, and guess what rallied? Tech rallied. What do you know? So down 2.9 in the 30-year and slightly down there in the 10-year as well. So is this the point where yields take a breath and we start coming back down a little bit? Perhaps it needs to be confirmed by all means. The steepening of the curve is still pretty high. Looking back throughout the history of the chart, as we've seen on the monthly time frame, this though is setting like the stage. Like right, we have yields that just doubled in 2021. Okay, so crazy, and that really put pressure on the tech. All right, we've seen gold take hits, we've seen silver take hits. The S&P 500, Dow Jones, all these indices have been putting in all-time highs. All right, so this to me looks like it's setting the stage with yield potentially topping off an area of resistance, as you can see right here on the 10-year in this red zone, and you see a little slight negative divergence on the RSI. So this to me says, okay, so yields are coming into an area of resistance. All right, we have a dollar showing some slight signs of weakness on this breakout in this last week, and then we have seasonality. Okay, seasonality suggests that April runs higher. Now this could be a huge fake out, but it can also be telling us, okay, April seasonality is here, and we're gonna see this rip, and it could be pretty big. And this, it could be a very blow-off toppy type situation where it brings in even more euphoria, more buyers, more everything, and then perhaps that could put in a potential market top. So be very careful, obviously, in this environment, as I always say. Now, when I look at TLH from a weekly perspective, we called this out as soon as it got down into this area. We said it was super oversold. It looks like it's going to be taking a breather here. And if it takes a breather here or starts moving up higher, well, guess what? Yields come down. Tech benefits from that, and they have benefited from that. So keep an eye out for that. Tech could be a huge player here, especially when we're seeing the Qs break out of that inverse head and shoulders. All right, so we have all kinds of stuff going on, but that's all I got for you on today's episode. So really just wrap up my thoughts. Okay, the stock market doesn't seem like it can be phased by almost anything, which is the time to be very careful. And why is that? Well, when you have vertical moves in the market, and then you have all mass euphoric feelings out there. Okay, sentiment is high for the most part. And then you're not getting phased by things like these hedge funds, all right? Or all these SPACs entering into the market. When you start seeing little kids being marketed Diamond Hans on Fortnite. I think there's other people that play it too.
You thought he was
fun,
one.
but you gotta understand this could be, this is just insanity at its finest, especially when you see stuff like the M1 money supply being at these levels here in just a short period of time. So the markets can press higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, but just know when things like this burst, when bubbles pop, they could be devastation across the board.
But yeah, no, to me, I already.
What's up, everybody? Michael Silva here. You're watching the Daily Stock Market Brief. This is the show that I do Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. We use technical analysis and intermarket analysis to get a good idea as
That's fine. I don't have a full. I don't have any.
Accidentally leaked his IP.
Don't have this. Very, very.
I'm streaming, by the way.
You did not just come into the no
Can't come
streaming
in yet?
channel
Oh,
while you're
wow.
streaming.
I did, because I like living life on the edge.
You motherfucking retard.
Okay, I want to
Ah,
leave.
Spears.
Hey, Nick.
What? What's up, dude?
Nick, I just went in the non-streaming channel while I was...
Dude,
Uh-oh.
you're
Whoa.
retarded. No, I'm gonna come fucking attack you.
No.
You're fucking stupid.
No.
What happened?
No, wait.
He
No,
goes
no.
he goes
Stop,
to the
stop.
no streaming channel
You
while
can't-
he's streaming.
Okay,
You're retarded.
okay, I have to leave.
Dude,
No.
stop fucking.
I don't want to hear
Stop.
it.
You are so. You know better than to do that.
He's so angry. He's so angry.
Stop.
Don't show the Discord.
Dude,
Don't show the Discord.
get the Discord on the stream.
part-time. I think the 4-7 is more girls will
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, do you
30 seconds until minions spawn.
I'm kind of. That's a good boy. That's like 3 health. I put it on soup. So now you express.
Minions have spawned.
Get rid of option.
First blood.
If you get it from Amazon, you get 2-day shipping. If you get it from Amazon, you get 2-day shipping for free. And then if you use my card, you get 5% off.
Double kill.
Okay.
1 day for some stuff.
1 day.
Yeah. They started rolling out 4-hour delivery too for like super common things. I think like groceries and stuff might be even 4-hour delivery. No way.
Yeah. I tried to look for like Asian.
Darn. My shuriken's not up until after he's already through the crit wave.
But the block definitely.
Shut down. An enemy has been slain. Enemy double kill. An ally has been slain. Enemy triple kill.
At least no, Ignite didn't last, darn.
Yeah. The experience they have. Yeah, but the problem is how about okay, well, you have to change.
An ally has been slain.
Why would I added oh, I ran. What do you think? I'm with like
Oh, that's unlucky. That was definitely every fight.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. A summoner has disconnected. Shut down. Shut down.
No, I should have come out.
You have slain an enemy.
Got some shutdowns anyway. Do we need healing reduction for cat? Going like Nash's teeth.
An ally has been slain.
Dang, she went bottom.
Double kill.
Probably doing the dragon, yeah. So we're safe to say for more plating, but then we gotta book it after that. Do have bolt, but no flash.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I don't think I can fight Kale, to be honest. She's level 10. Yeah, 2 levels up. With ult ready. Maybe a 2-man job.
Enemy killing spree. Enemy triple kill.
So Steven Crowder, known truth teller, my man, has been banned from YouTube. And by banned from YouTube, of course, what I actually mean is that his main channel has been suspended. Now, that was the largest conservative channel on YouTube. That was like 5.3 million subs. He was the biggest conservative YouTube channel. Yeah, very, very powerful influence. So let's see what he has to say for himself. Like a whipped dog. How are we doing? I see we're wearing... Is this a holster? Yeah, it is. Just over your shirt. Just... I love the way these people use props, by the way. Just conservatives virtue signal like mad, you know? Just like, we gotta make a video, okay? We gotta make sure everyone knows we're conservative. Yeah, he does look like he's cosplaying Nathan Drake a little bit, though. Except instead of, jumping around ancient ruins, he's sitting in an office building.
Hey there, Crowder Bits. I think this is the first time I've ever done a cell phone video to Crowder Bits. And for those of you who don't know, that's because I've been suspended from YouTube. I guess banned temporarily. Just logged into my email yesterday to find out that we had a strike that wasn't a real strike before for our COVID anniversary video, 15 days to flatten the curve. All the sources are available at loudocrowder.com, including the CDC and WHO, which apparently is fake news, can't be used now. And yesterday...
Yeah. I'd be willing to bet that's the case, yeah. I'm just guessing, I don't know what the contents of that video are. Just have a feeling. Probably true.
YouTube considered a community guideline strike and took down our episode where we specifically visited, and I want to be clear about this here. We've never alleged that the election was won by Donald Trump, because we can't. We've never alleged that there was...
Wait. We've never alleged that the election was won by Donald Trump because we can't. Wait, that kind of gives the game away, doesn't it? We've never done this. It's against the rules for us to do this. Well, hold on. First of all, that's basically saying you think Donald Trump won the election. If the only thing keeping you from saying it is TOS, then you're saying you believe it. Like if Steven Crowder said, I've never shared my opinions on the reality of the Holocaust because I can't. That would be fairly indicative, I think, of where his thought process is. Additionally, yes, he has. His entire channel for like months was from November to January was a non-stop propaganda machine designed to convince his massive audience that that Donald Trump was the just and righteous winner of the election. That was the purpose of his channel. By the way, the video that he is talking about, the one that he said got taken down, that was the one where I did the video on this, where he was so racist, he basically just did like a minstrel show. Remember? He just did black voice, like, yeah, we'll give subsidies to black farmers. Yep, they'll do meth. They'll listen to rap music while doing farming. You remember that? I don't even remember. It was some cartoonishly racist nonsense. I don't even have the creativity to imitate it because I'm not racist enough to have on the top of my head whatever tropes Steven Crowder thinks of when he like sees a black person. Oh yeah, meth in the soil. Yeah.
widespread voter fraud that changed the outcome of the election, because we can't. You're also not even allowed to express an opinion to that extent. But what was removed was a Nevada episode where we actually sent employees to locations where we looked at voter rolls, cross-referenced them with deliverable addresses, and took video with a copy of that day's paper at those addresses to say that there is at least some brokenness in the capacity as it relates to those addresses. That is now considered a violation of YouTube's guidelines. So I want to be really clear.
So you should never actually believe claims made. But guys, remember how during the nights of the election, when it became clear that Biden had won, you had to deal with like 40, 50, 60 conspiracies lining up. They were throwing them at you faster than you could even deal with them. And then they were all bullshit. Remember that? Like, they dedicated millions of dollars of free advertisement and airtime to this relentless cavalcade of conspiracism, and all of the pointers they threw out there eventually ended up being wrong. I mean, they were throwing them out there faster than you could debunk them. That's the point. They choke you with so much misinformation. It's not even possible to address all of it. And if you debunk 17 conspiracy theories, they have an 18th. If you debunk 100, they have 101. And now, right now, we have what was her name? Sydney Powell? Wait, what's the name? The Kraken lady. What's her name? She right now, her current legal strategy to avoid the billions of dollars that she's being sued for, that's her, Sydney Powell, the billion she's being sued for from Dominion, by saying that no reasonable person ever could have taken her seriously. So that's the level we're at right now. People who have been sued for their lying are now backing off every point. Fox News backed off their points. Newsmax and OAN both said they have no proof of the conspiracies they levied concerning Dominion. They all backed off of it. Steven Crowder hasn't had any legal action brought towards him, so he doesn't have to do that. But I guarantee you, if lawyers started clamoring for Steven Crowder, then he would do the exact same thing. He would do the same thing, because they know they're lying. Now, as to the specific claims being levied here, it's really difficult to fact-check these on the fly, but I'd be willing to guess, given the fact that these people's conspiracies were on the level of, there are more registered voters in this county than there are people, except they were using old records of how many registered voters and how many people there are there. There are more people who voted for Biden than there are registered voters in this county, except they were using 2016 stats on how many registered voters and 2020 stats on how many voted for Biden. Considering the level these people operate on, I have a feeling this was probably BS too. And as much as people like Crowder want to deny it, you can say you're not saying Donald Trump won the election, because that would be violating TOS, but if you're spending your money and your time and your crew running around spinning conspiracy theories that point in that direction, you're basically doing the same thing. Like, I mean, I hate to keep bringing up this example. No, I don't. It's a clean-cut example. Imagine if Holocaust denial was against the rules on YouTube, which I think it is. I don't know, YouTube TOS is so weird. But instead of doing that, you have a channel where, like, every day for months and months and months, you, like, run around Germany and you're like, hey, this door looks awfully thin to be, you know, like, this door looks really insubstantial for it to be keeping people in a gas chamber. I'm not saying that happened. I'm just saying, I have questions, you know? Hey, this, you know, what's this? They say there was a mass grave here. I see it's been paved over. Is that really something to do with the bodies of the dead? I don't know. Maybe it's like there's nobody who was ever buried here. I don't know. It's just, like, you can do that all you want, just asking questions, but we know what you're actually doing.
Clear about something here. Well, first up, we'll be streaming here exclusively at Crowder Bits tomorrow and Friday. I think we'll be able to stream and post again to the main channel next week. Half Asian Kraken is reaching out. Look, YouTube has a club now.
Yeah, how can he say he's never said Donald Trump won the election when he had stop the steal hashtags in his videos? Who is stealing what from what? Who is stealing what from who? How can you... Phrase stop the steal only makes sense if you think Donald Trump won the
Welcome
election.
to Summoner's Rift.
I was saying, well, you can say one thing, but you can't say that. That's controversial. Well, maybe that's hate. None of these violations are considered hate speech. YouTube is making it clear in no uncertain terms that conservative opinions, dissenting
30
opinions,
seconds
as it relates
until minions
to COVID
spawn.
or the election.
Or the Holocaust, yeah. Conservative dissenting opinions on whether or not the Holocaust took place are also banned on YouTube. We got the Holocaust denial, we got election conspiracy stuff, yeah, COVID denials, yeah, we got the trifecta there, you know. It's sure is interesting that conservative opinions are the ones that seem to keep eliciting great social harm, you know. Jesus, when we talk about big lefty misinformation, we're usually talking about misunderstanding economics to the point where you believe a $25 an hour minimum wage would be viable. When we talk about conservative misinformation, we're talking about like apocalyptic, the entire globe is pedophiles, and actually everything you believe is a lie. All media is lying to you. Join my cult. Very, very, very
Minions
different
have
scale.
spawned.
Are not welcome on their platform. Investigative journalism is not welcome on their platform, which, by the way, is
That's what we got. That's the channel strike there. It was investigative journalism. YouTube looked at Crowder's channel and they were like, this man is too committed to the truth, you know? God forbid. God. Bosh, question though, are you good with these tech companies ruining these people that come for lefties too? I've always considered this, all due respect, a really fucking stupid question. As long as websites and services and businesses exist, there will always be terms of service. If you don't have terms of service, you have no way of guaranteeing a product or a service through a website. You need terms of service. At that point, it's just a discussion as to how you enforce that terms of service and what the actual terms are. So when it's not this like one or nothing thing, okay? We can make utilitarian arguments about how Steven Crowder and other conservatives lying about election results are damaging to society in a uniquely harmful way. We can do that. Yeah, they will come for us too. That doesn't change. It's like saying, how do you say? Like, the existence of a TOS is a fact of reality. We can't get rid of it, okay? So, we shouldn't, by the way. If we think about it for 5 minutes, we shouldn't, for reasons that I think should be really obvious to even contemplate it. It'll come for us, and it'll come for them, so consider it yet another power structure that we need to maintain control over, okay? It can be used against us, so we need to be loud, and we need to be strong, and we need to make sure it's not used against us. Sometimes we'll succeed, sometimes we'll fail. It is a constant tug of war over our influence over TOSs. That's the war. And right now, thankfully for us, we have an advantage because conservatives are reprehensible conspiracy bigots, and we, on the whole, are not. So it's easier to make appeals to their unsavoriness than it is for them to make those appeals about us.
Is the single biggest media platform that has ever existed. It is the town square. I tweet about it, but I'm suspended from there too with no cause. So let's be clear about
Wait, real?
what this means for you. All right, COVID. Have I ever been an anti-masker? Nope. As a matter of fact, we were selling masks partnered with Jocko in Origin, Maine early on in the season.
Wait, this has to be, but wait. I am almost positive that at some point Steven Crowder has said that that the masks are ridiculous. I'm almost positive. Hold on. By Google Steven Crowder I mean, I don't know. So if masks work so well, why haven't they? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you sell masks because you want to make money off of it.
No.
Maybe you sell masks because
It's
you want to sell
$5.
ad space and conservative slogans on your face. But yeah, no, you.
It's just $5. Oh, to get it sooner,
Like,
or just at all?
I guess this isn't explicitly saying don't wear a mask,
yeah,
but
that's
saying
just
they don't
$5.
work kind of
It's only
fulfills
like
the same outcome.
less
That
than
was the first
5% of
result.
the purchase cost.
Steven Crowder masks, by the way. Crowder rants on masks. Oh.
The wearing of
Let's
masks
see.
has proven to lessen
Oh, we've got some costumes here today. We're gonna see some big.
the spread of COVID.
Do you know why that's a problem? To force people to wear an item of clothing, which, by the way, when you're talking about the experts, only 2 weeks beforehand were advocating that people not wear. They were saying, please don't use masks. And they weren't saying because it will deplete our stockpiles for our first responders. They were saying, don't wear them because it could actually exacerbate COVID. You'll be aspirating it. We said that's actually not true. You just can't touch the mask. You need to wear them appropriately. Our friends at Origin Maine created some masks.
Wait, so do they work or do they not work? Wait, here he's saying that masks do work, but on Twitter he's saying they don't work. Could it be that Steven Crowder doesn't actually believe anything and he'll just say whatever gets him the positive attention he wants?
We were advocating masks if you thought you had the sniffles early on, while the CDC was saying that you shouldn't. Do you know how I know? Because we got fact-checked by YouTube for being fake news when we were saying a mask is a good idea to prevent spreading it to other people.
I'm sure that YouTube fact-checked him for saying that masks are a good idea. I'm very confident that's exactly what he got fact-checked for. Very, very. It's definitely that surely must be the reason they dipped on in there. Yeah, like. You can probably find a lot of really incoherent information from Steven Crowder because, to him, the whole mask thing is just a vehicle by which he can drum up culture war bullshit. Maybe he's never explicitly said don't wear masks, but if he's signaling stuff like, hey, these don't work, like, I don't know.
CDC was saying that you shouldn't wear masks. We've questioned the efficacy of states that have lockdowns and double mask mandates. Have we ever been anti-vax? No. No, we have not. You've said that we need to protect the most vulnerable.
Oh, let's see. Steven Crowder vaccine.
He's like, yeah, I know. And not yet. This is the
Leftist teacher meltdown and vaccine side effects. Doctors are worried people won't come back for the second shot because, you know, the vaccines make you feel like crap. Okay, so that's saying that the vaccines can get you sick, which is true. I mean, for vaccine. Have you ever gone like anti-vax? Do you think kids should have to take the vaccine to discuss it in NAMET? That was done on December 8th. So does he have a video? December 8th. Yeah, no, it's this one right here.
This is one of my. This is not my joke, but one of my favorite jokes from. I don't remember who told it.
Yeah.
Could have been Nick DiPaolo. Could have been. I have no idea. Safe bet to just say it's funny, Nick DiPaolo. Yeah. How do you know if someone is a nurse or a teacher? They tell you. And this lady right here, the one in charge of your.
Maybe. It could be. Maybe it could be. It could be. Maybe. I don't know. We can dig around for a while if we really want to.
Yeah, Willie among us, we even held a protest in Michigan to say that we oppose Whitmer's senior. I know Joe Lewis. He sees me getting all. Look, I got Joe Lewis
You're not
here.
winning my
Look,
sympathy with a cute dog.
What? Oh, am I upside down?
I'm serious.
He has famous guy right now, but he's also much closer. Monitor. Oh, it's like when TJ did 3D. Whoa, whoa! I hope I don't get a Nerf gun. No, didn't say any of those things.
Oh, here we go. Thank you. Reasonable people can measure the risk-reward and decline the specific COVID vaccine without being anti-vaxxers. So, no, I would say declining the COVID vaccine would actually make you an anti-vaxxer. Unless you have, unless Steven Crowder, known scientist, has some sort of medical knowledge that would lead to him being more preferable towards one vaccine than another of the ones we have available. Come on. I've never been anti-vax. By the way, reasonable people can decline COVID vaccines without being anti-vax. I'm not anti-science, okay? I just don't believe in gravity, all right? We're being pulled to the ground by tiny invisible gnomes. I'm not anti-science, okay? Just a belief that
It comes to election. Did I say this was stolen? No. Did I say that Donald Trump won the election? No. What?
That's bullshit and we know it. It's the stop the steal thing. The only way that makes sense is if you're alleging that Biden stole the election from Trump. And if he's stealing it, that means Trump had the election to begin with. So, no, that's absolutely wrong.
What I said was, this is an address from which someone voted, and it doesn't exist. And I stand by that. That's a violation of the public square right now. This is now clear that conservatives, everyone out there who has an opinion that may be detrimental to this administration, and of course, the people in big tech who support them, will no longer be elected. It's very different from what happened before with the bots that popular. And this is, by the way, use the hashtag.
The reason why I'm not amicable to these arguments, even though I am very concerned with the power that big tech has, is because these arguments are identical to the ones that neo-Nazis make. Neo-Nazis do make these exact same arguments. The reason why I'm getting banned and my channel's getting deleted is because the content that I produce is a threat to the Jewish establishment. That's the line they use. You can see in Nazi forums, that's the stuff they say. And one of the criticisms they make of me, because I see them rage about me all the time, they'll say that I'm not anti-establishment because I don't get banned. And they are anti-establishment because they're a threat to the establishment. And they're a threat to the establishment because they're anti-Semitic. The logic follows identically from what Steven Crowder believes. Unfortunately, saying I'm a threat to the establishment, therefore they're shutting me down, is a justification for a lot of stuff. You could say that you're a threat to the establishment by smearing shit all over your face and then running around screaming inside of a Ross dress release. You could do that, and it's true. You are a threat to their establishment. You're probably cutting into their profits by running around with shit smeared all over their face. That is correct. You are challenging it in a way you are doing something. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not justified in kicking you out. Okay? Weird Ross name drop. I used to work there, so just, you know.
Apocalypse 2. That's what's happening right now. Yeah, we've been fully demonetized. We expect that. The suspension doesn't make a lot of sense, and we haven't really heard back from anyone at YouTube. So, we'll be streaming here in Crowder Bits tomorrow and Thursday, and I believe Monday. And I would ask anyone out there, let people know that we're available on Crowder Bits. Also, follow me on Instagram at Louder with Crowder. We're still available podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, Android, and of course Mug Club, where we always have more content anyway.
I know advertising. Wait, this video still has half of its duration left. Is it all self-plugging? I guess that makes sense if you just got demonetized. Yeah. So, anyway, I mean, what's really to be said here? Steven Crowder deserved his. So it seems like it's a demonetization and a temporary suspension. Definitely deserved, considering the fact that he blatantly violated TOS. The question is that TOS valid? Is that TOS justified? And to me, honestly, at this point, I don't give a fuck. Okay, we're dealing with a pandemic, and we're dealing with the death of democracy in America. We're dealing with the highest conceivable stakes, like imaginable. People want to, conservatives like Crowder want to make speech completely removed from its consequences because it's the easiest way to justify what they do. They say stuff that gets people killed. I mean, like at the attack on the Capitol, but they don't want to own up to that. They don't want to own up to that connection. It's just words to them. They don't want that relationship. The COVID stuff here in America, a proper COVID response would have led to hundreds of thousands of people fewer dying. Yeah, I don't know. What stakes do we have to deal with? Did you really deal
Oh no, that was good. That's a good play.
You
That's my
realize that even
third
in
jump.
public square, there are limits to what you can do, right? Like, even if you're on like a
Yes.
sidewalk, you can still be charged with harassment and disturbing the peace. You do know that, right? Even if we're talking about literal freedom of speech, like actual protection from government overreach, you can be in a public square and you can still be arrested for a number of things, whether that be harassment, or intimidation, or threatening, or assault, or disturbing the peace. There are a number of things that you can do. And that's probably good, because if I'm walking around downtown, I do not want neo-Nazis with bullhorns screaming in people's faces and throwing death threats at them. I think I'd be okay with some kind of punitive action being taken against that personally. Call me a Stalinist, but I think that's okay, in my personal opinion. And that's in real life. We're talking about the internet here, where the rules are different, and we're not even talking about arrests or government overreach. We're talking about TOS and being able to use websites. And in the purview of that environment, I say, fuck Steven Crowder. Fuck everything about him. He knows the rules, and he broke them. What was that?
I'll take that. It's gonna crash into the tower too.
Shut down.
Oh yeah, with Malphite and Graves, our team fight is gonna be off the
Shut
chains.
down.
Easy win. Ezreal ult, Malphite ult, Graves Q and ult.
Minion will soon fall.
Oh, nice. Rocket here. Pretty good. I feel like we could have gotten the Annie too, though. Oh man, he always has flash when I do. This is powered. We got pink word in there. I don't know if I can do much there. Honestly. Oh man, there's that word in there, by the way, guys. Yeah. I only have enough mana for like RQ. Oh, that's mana efficiency right there. Nice. Dragon? Which was the thinking If you didn't see that, the wave was still back. That's cool too. Alright, man, I'd stay to gank him over here on their way back to me. Oh my gosh. Do we not have a pink card? We didn't. Maybe they had it warded. Even though we checked like everywhere else.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
Nice. It's the enemy pink ward. Yeah.
Godlike.
Nice work there, dude. And he's up on the north side here.
Your team has
And he
destroyed
might be
a turret.
going. Yeah, there's at least Annie and the jungler are top because they just took Herald. They might try to pop Herald top side. And come back to mid. The Q would take Scuttle and then go pop Herald top side, right? Yep, there he
Your
goes.
turret has been destroyed.
It'd be nice to try to fight him, but you know. Yeah. The vision. Can't really roam and do anything there. So we got Malphite by the, well, we're missing our jungler, so not quite there yet. Priority. Oh. Wow. Right in the middle of the splash. Okay, this is getting creepy now. We have Malphite ult now. All we have is Graves ult. Not really a fight we can win here. I think it's in their favor. Especially because we haven't shopped in a while. We could bait there. Holy crap, they're so thirsty. Lisa, I need some mana. Actually, it's pretty good for a Xerath to get that too. I'm not sure I see what's on it. So I can enjoy it. See if he takes it. I won't mind if he does. Wonder if this is warded. I don't want to wait for. Oh, Jinx is going to be back here for a while. She's dead again. Who would be down here? Camilla? You can always use that to get away if they have this warded and try to fight. I really feel like somebody's going to come down here. Oh, it's unfortunately a lot. Hopefully we can get her first.
Unstoppable. Your turret has been
Do you want to
destroyed.
fight Xerath? Oh, Thresh is there too. Oh, big fight middle.
An enemy
Missing out on
has
the
been
big fight
slain.
middle. Yes, dude. Got our dragon. I think it is. This is the Jinx again. He's alive and around. Oh my gosh, she has it too. Oh my god, she really is like that. There it is. Do we try this a third time? I think that's out of range of the creep site, so she can't see it. Pretty sure. Oh, she's walking the long way around. Maybe I have a word this bush stuff. Oh no. Oh. Take one more wave. Oh, no, I can't. Dead now. That's nothing. I can open one. That's the killer. Risky. Depends if he is quick enough reflexes to do his little chain jump to the wall before he notices him dashing in the charm. And I didn't see him. He's still stalking me, but I'm kind of counter stalking him. I know that he knows that I know. Oh shit, they know that I know. They're gonna check this bush, yeah. Oh, watch out. They probably have protocol. Does not have protocol. I don't know what's worded around here and what's not worded around here. Yeah, I kinda wanna counter engage since I'm a little weak. So Malphite couldn't fight. That's a good spot call. We should have helped that Graves, I think.
Enemy has been slain.
you for the flash here. Sometimes you see like this double play on that. There we go, so yeah, if she hits it, I think, you know, that's really good. Frog to go That's a little scary. I'm not signing up for that. That's scary. Maybe focus. Yeah. That sucks, to be honest. Anti-flash tippers and all kinds of things. Annie's 25, so it's not like she's that much better than that. Lost wave at least. Got blue for the healing. Or for the mana. Lost the wave from that passive. Still have 4,000 gold. This is bottom, so we got a little space here. Some pressure. He warded it. Counter-ward it. I think they can blow him up, although he is 2 and 9. They do have 4,000 gold. My teammates around. At least push this wave quick. I really gotta buy before the fight. I'll be right there. Gotta buy. So freaking good. Loaded. That jinx rocket. Nice job, guys. We got our soul in 30 seconds. Try to push the creeps in mid to draw some attention. Create some space, get us some vision. Oh my god, they're all freaking diving. Holy crap. Come help our friends. Oh my god. That was a good fight.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Should probably take that from their team on ganking somebody when they come from
Your
bot.
team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Or we just go for them.
Shut down. Your team has destroyed a turret. Legendary. Your team has destroyed a turret.
it's like posting. And it's not always wait, like, I'm trying to. Yeah, I like them. Don't you capture the. Don't you capture the. Camera mistake. I have to open right now.
So about 2 years ago, I started a project called Piston, and I believe it is now today the internet's best performing code execution engine. The scope of this project has grown a lot over the last 2 years. Now it has a public-facing API, it's integrated into over 1,000 Discord servers, and the public API is being used by hundreds of other websites and other applications. And these numbers continue to grow each day. Now the reason why I make this video is because there's a lot of research and learning and a lot of trial and error that went into making this a really excellent project. And to be clear, this was absolutely not a good performing engine in the beginning, but now it is. So we're going to talk about two things. We're going to start discussing what exactly this project is and what it does, and then we're going to talk about how we brought it from the beginning to the present. So apart from the title, you've already gathered this is a code execution engine. And that basically means that we can feed it a language and some source code, and it will execute that in a sandbox environment, and it'll spit back the result. And although there's a number of different use cases for this project, in the context of the Engineer Man community, we use it for code execution within Discord, and then code evaluation for Engineer Man Knowledge Center challenges and contests. And because we often control this project, we have a great deal of flexibility to get to do whatever we need. So look at a couple examples of where it's used. The first is which is through the public API. It basically sends some JSON with the language source and optional arguments, and it sends back the language, the version, and the output. You can see here in the source I wrote print hello, and then the output you can see is just the word hello. The second example of where it can be used is through Discord. In Discord, once you install the bot, you can see on the right hand side here, I run code. You can type the word /run, gives you a little example here, and then you're able to actually run some code. So if I want to run some Python, I can do /run Python, triple backtick, print, hello, triple backtick, hit enter, and it runs the code. The purpose of I run code bot is to take in the input from the user, parse it out, send it to Piston, take the result, send it back to the user. And thanks to an Engineer Man team member named Bratwurst, this works really well. And I believe it's a big reason why it's in over 1,000 servers with only being public for about 2 to 3 months. So now you've seen how Piston works and some of the places it's integrated in, let's talk about the history of it and kind of where it started and where it is now. When building this project, there was really only 2 major design goals, and it was to be fast and it was to be secure. And out of those 2 design goals, making it secure was by far the most challenging. The problem with the code execution engine is that it needs to take in any code and execute it as is, and that code can be extraordinarily hostile. So Piston needed to be designed such that when somebody gave it hostile code, it was able to resist any of the negative effects that code might have. So if someone wants to run bash and they want to type rm-r/, Piston needs to be configured in such a way to where that won't delete the entire system. So as we began to brainstorm what the best option would be, the decision seemed obvious, and that was to use Docker. And as it turned out, Docker was a fantastic fit security-wise because Docker containers cease to exist once they stop running, which means even if somebody were to run rm-r/, as soon as the container stops, it's like it never happened anyways. And then with Docker, we were able to set resource limits so a particular container could not overuse resources. But there was one teeny tiny problem, that was Docker's so slow. And when I say slow, of course, I mean slow for our use case. It's perfectly fine for Docker's normal use case of containerized deployments. We really ran into 2 problems. The first was that Docker could not start containers fast enough, and the second is that the Docker daemon is synchronous, which means if you send 3 requests to start containers, they happen one after another. Docker's not able to parallel start containers. This was a major problem because not only did we incur a 2 to 4 second delay before we even start executing code, if we were to queue up 10 executions in a row, it could not do all 10 at once. In the end, the user experience ended up being really poor. People would execute their code and it would take several seconds, and of course, if more than one person was trying to execute code at once, it took even longer. So after that didn't work, we experimented with something called Docker in Docker. And the whole idea behind this approach is we'd have a single Docker container that inside of it would have a bunch of Docker daemons. And by doing that, it made it possible to artificially parallelize the execution of code. Now, while this did solve the problem of executing more than one code at once, it did not solve the problem with how fast the container would start, which meant we still incurred the overhead of the container starting at the time of execution. Finally, after some additional research and experimentation, we landed on the actual correct answer, and that was to use Linux containers, aka LXC. Obviously, using LXC is going to come with a small trade-off, and that's an installation complexity. Obviously, a Docker file for Docker would have been a lot easier than what we have now, which is just a really long README of things to run to install. This is, of course, something that we're improving on an ongoing basis, and this particular problem we're probably going to solve by just making an image of the container. So rather than distributing instructions on how to set that image, we'll just distribute the image directly. So now that we settled on a final container solution, I want to talk about some of the principles of operation and some of the stuff we do for security to make this work. So the first step of code execution is when a request comes into the API to execute some code, it writes out a text file that contains the source code and a text file that contains new line separated list of command line arguments. Once those 2 files are in place, a custom execute that's made per language gets evoked. And all the executors all work roughly the same way. A simple executor for something like Python looks like this. Change directory into the temporary directory that contains the source and args file, and then write the args file to the standard in of xargs -d new line. And what this says is take that new line separated list of arguments and send it into the command timeout -s kill 3 Python 3.8 code. And for those who don't know what timeout -s kill 3 means, this basically says run the following code, and if it takes longer than 3 seconds, hit it with a kill signal. And this is one of the 2 mechanisms that ensures user submitted code cannot run longer than 3 seconds. Now, of course, not all executors are simple. For Java, for instance, Java requires that the name of the file be the name of the class. This is, of course, problematic because we don't know the name of the class until the user submits the code. But no problem, using a little grep magic, we're able to figure out exactly what the name of the class is, and we can rename the file before we compile it, and then the final command here looks a lot like the one from Python. We also cap the compilation of the code at 10 seconds, just in case it takes a little longer. Of course, Java C is pretty fast, but if there's a lot of commands coming all at once, then it could take a little longer. It's probably worth mentioning that Piston runs on a $5 a month single shared core 1 GB machine from DigitalOcean, and it still is able to perform tens, if not hundreds of requests per second. So basically, it has nothing to work with, and it's still doing fine. And once execution finishes, any output is written to standard out, which is then captured and then sent back to the user. Once the output is sent back to the user, then a cleanup routine begins. And this cleanup routine does 2 things primarily. First, it looks for any processes that are owned by the user to start the execution, and it kills them. And then it looks for any files that are owned by that user in /temp, and it deletes those. And at the host level, it just wipes out the temporary path and kills anything left over. There's a lot of redundant cleanup here just to make sure that it gets everything. Because one of the popular ways in the beginning to break this mechanism was to run out of space or run out of memory. Now let's talk about security. In the beginning, I urge everybody to try to break this mechanism using any means they want wanted to. They could try to run it out of memory, they could run it out of hard drive space, they could just fork bomb it, they could do whatever they want. I encourage it. And people did succeed in breaking it all the time. And from that, we just slowly chipped away at it, and we worked out those problems to make sure that they couldn't break it anymore. And I just checked the uptime on Piston, and it's been online for 701 days without being dropped offline. And at this point, it's so stable and reliable and well working that I don't know that anybody's ever gonna knock it offline again. And yes, that is a challenge and open invitation. I encourage each and every one of you, if you have the time or desire, to come and try to break Piston. So how do we achieve 701 days of uptime? Well, it's all written right here. Let's review some of it. So LXC, just by nature of being a container with absolutely no additional hardening, already offers a great deal of security, in that it's a completely separate thing from the system that's on. The first step we did to harden is to disable outgoing network interaction, and this was mostly just to make sure that my bandwidth couldn't be wasted and that nobody subscribes Piston to a botnet or something like that. It's not really a security measure where they could break it any easier. I'm actually gonna skip down a little bit here.
This is like a code execution engine, so you can run it as a bot in Discord, and you type it in. You type in a command like Python command, and it'll actually run it and print the result, which is pretty cool. Let's try. That's a cool skin. I don't know how to organize the windows. You get a moving background too.
Running all these operations as a variety of unprivileged users. The problem is, since we're not using Docker anymore, we can only set resource limits for the entire system. This is problematic because if two people are executing code at the same time and one uses up all the resources, then the other can't do anything. So I came up with a nifty idea where I would create 150 users on the system: runner 1, runner 2, runner 3, all the way up to runner 150. And every time somebody executes code, I would just increment by 1. So one person in execution, they would run as runner 1. The next person runner 2. The next person runner 3, and so on. When I got to runner 150, it would loop back to runner 1. What this allowed me to do is allow me to set specific resources per runner, and that meant that each code execution had its own set of resources. So the two primary limits we put here is we put a number of processes limit at 64 and a number of open files limit at 2048. And then some more information on those two things. The capping max process is 64, but this is going to resist things like fork bombs. And fork bombs are very problematic because if you don't have mitigation techniques in place, it's almost a guaranteed system crash. And then capping max files at 2048, and this is max open files. So if you open tens of thousands of file scriptors and you just saturate all the resources on the system, then it can't really do what it needs to do. The next hardening technique is to mount all the resources as read-only. Basically, from a runner user standpoint, the entire system is read-only with the exception of the /temp directory and only files that they created. And this is going to resist the classic arm-rf no preserve read /, which would ordinarily delete the entire system. As you saw earlier in the executor, we're capping runtime execution at 3 seconds. And this is tunable. We could raise this to 5 seconds if we thought it needed to be, but usually any code that's executing longer than 5 seconds is probably executing forever in an infinite loop. And that's problematic because if the program never exits, then it's there forever and it just keeps eating up resources. So it's important that Piston get rid of that process after 3 seconds. We're also going to cap standard out to 65,536 characters. This is going to ensure that a process cannot just write.
Pretty cool. Big brain stuff. Yeah, it's super clean. Not bash though, is it? It's like readme. Dude, that's a long readme. Holy crap! I guess that's like the documentation for the entire thing. That's pretty cool. Can I send links in chat? I think so. Oh, what did you show after? Pay attention. Oh yeah, the runners. That is super clean. Echo runner, soft proc, and proc. Limits.com. Wait, Dan was writing a code execution engine? Oh, it's nice to jumble for a change. Just mid the last few games. That last game we were just stomping mid. It was ridiculous.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I gave up on the code execution engine. This guy did it in a weekend. Now it's the most popular code execution engine in Discord. He's got his clout all over the place. We've got no clout, man. We don't even have clout at our own company. I should have made a second tea before I started this game. I hope we stayed up another 3 hours maybe. Make a tea. Yeah, dude, Samira is a really cool character actually. My brother plays her. She's so hard because she can disconnect projectiles. So there's a lot of counterplay you have to know when that news. Like when their charm is going to come out so you can disconnect it. It's pretty cool. I didn't look up my team here to know how they're doing, but lately I've been going on Professor to see like who's in a good mood, who's in a bad mood, like winning spree, losing spree, and then I'll try to like gank for the people that are on a losing spree, so that their spirits don't get crushed, because sometimes those people will just rage quit and then you're just screwed. Oh my gosh, this guy is going ham level 1, dude, you got one spell, man, what are you going ham for? Holy crap. Maybe we can do a schnick. We'll see if he gets greedy and goes in for another push. He wants it. You can tell. He's a Silas player. That's all he knows. Easy greed. All he knows is the greed. I know because I play an assassin character like that, and all I know is the greed. They haven't fight stun you? No, they just run. Gank again. Would he be so bold as to go on now? Xerath is just beating his ass. He's gonna be feeding his wounds under tower. I don't know if I can kill that man. I mean, he might make a ballsy play shot. Because he gets like stealing stuff off Xerath. Oh my god, dude, you almost freaking killed the man. I don't know what I could do though. He's got his schnabops. I guess I can do that. Run into the jungle and die to the jungler here now. Maybe hopefully smite the chickens. Chickens aren't alive. There's the jungler. I'd be in trouble there, buddy. He's flashing free and everything. I'm sorry. I went the long way around. I shouldn't have done that. You got me, dude. You got you. You good, brother. Big is looking to gank mid again. I don't know if I can do anything here. Depends if it's warded or not. I guess we'll find out. Probably warded. They're being pretty aggressive. I'm kind of doubting it's warded now. Oh, that's a good fight then, bud. God bless that Thresh for showing some leg. Oh no, it's stuck on the loading screen. I wonder why. That sucks. We got a bunch of kills already here. You know, I wonder if I just gotta refresh it like that. This is some weird thing with the process. Maybe if I change it to borderless. Watching to see if it gets fixed. We also gotta keep winning. Huh. Weird. Turning the game off and on again. See if that works. I don't like this off very much. So I did off and then on. And now it's just not on. Should I try full screen it? Alt tab. Why does nothing work? That's weird.
An ally has been slain.
Oh, maybe I might have an idea. I'll do it when I recall here in a sec.
An enemy has been slain.
I don't know if I can catch up to this time. Yeah. I gotta redo the source. Oh, it says any full screen out. There's only one full screen out. Maybe not. Fingers crossed. Nope.
Shut down.
Okay.
Maybe not. No. Weird. Maybe I just have to reboot the software. How's that so? Try it now. You know, like full screen or borderless, it usually doesn't make a difference. It runs quicker in full screen though, like better frame rates. Try rebooting. Okay, so rebooting it brings up the loading screen. But it's weird that it would get to the loading screen and then not the game. Like to me, that doesn't make any sense at all. Why is the whole team back? Hey, yeah, literally did nothing except restarted the program. Whatever. It's just crappy software. Open source, man. I'm losing faith in open source. We got the dragon, that sucks. No pink? Ha 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 ha. Oh wait, he jumped over that wall as if he knows I'm here. They definitely knows. Let's kill the Diego first, and then burn. And burn, and burn. Oh, he's got the Xerath all mixed up here. Oh man. That didn't change me, but it like did. Oh, Xerath. Don't disappoint me. Don't you waited too long for that last one. You gotta eat him. Oh god, you first. Oh crap, dude. Nice. It hurts watching other people play Xerath. It's the E get guaranteed. Bullseye on the W. I actually don't have a plan right now. So where the feedback keep coming from? Wait, did the feedback be from your end somewhere? I was like... Gotta kill him again. He just dips out to the chickens every time. Alright, he's going to my blue? Let's kill him at it. No, wait. Let's get him. Dogpile time. Alright, he's going over. He doesn't know. We're just waiting for him on the other side. Come down this way, brother. Brother. Come down. No. Ah, he did now.
You have slain an enemy.
Nice, full health, we can't kill him. He has nothing, but...
Ally has been slain.
Although if he has TP, no, he doesn't have TP. He's just gonna go home, isn't he?
Your turret has been destroyed.
I can't believe that actually killed me, to be honest. I had like 80% health. But I had to go home anyway. Oh, you missed E. No, you don't want to show E. I'll go gank him again. Nice.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Victor Diego. I want to try that. There's a ward there. You should break into that. I don't care about your skin. What's this dude? 530. Is the Ash? Oh, the tower is still up. Looking okay. Fresh lantern? Not from scratch, from a box. Yep. From scratch from the box we put in like freaking 2 ingredients. Oh yeah. Yeah, in Australia they have pancake batter that's literally just in a bottle, and you pour water into it, and you shake the bottle, and that's like your dough. You don't even have to put eggs and milk or measure anything, you just put water in it. In mid lane, that's Silas. He is pretty strong, supposed to be counter like Xerath and stuff. He like steals your health so he gets a lot of... Ooh! That was some good moves from Xerath. Oh, nice lantern? Oh my god. What an outplay. Yeah, Silas steals the enemy's ultimate, so he can steal anybody's ultimate he wants to. And then he's got lots of movement, and he has one move that like heals him a bunch when he's low health, and it hurts you a bunch. It's really annoying. Diego. We need like a carry for someone who does damage, and then we can fight. They're all still mid. Should probably just farm jungle. But yeah, that's like 3 or 4 mid. They got him, they got the silence right. Nice, dude. Good stuff. Fortunately, that was actually 5 mid. Oh, he said. Ah, yeah. Good stuff. As long as we get Malphite and Lucian to join the fights. And he's not even winning in farm. What you doing down there? You're not even winning in farm. 4 CS. Come on, man. I almost got that guy actually. Who is invisible? Oh, the monkey can go invisible, like, just one of his abilities, he like, leaves a clone behind and becomes invisible. Hell no, we're not surrendering this, what you thinking? No way we're surrendering this. No way. Oh. He missed his pull there. Carry splash anyway. Thank you. I'm dead. Oh my god. We need a good. There we go. That's a nice ult. Fortunately, the bottom lane's not much of a threat. They got silence. That's the most important thing. Clear for dragon. We're clear for dragon. There's only Diego. I guess he does have smite, huh? But just kill him if he comes. Yeah. Easy. Well, anyone can see Evelyn if you're within the blue ring. So like this ring, anybody can see me if they get inside that ring. And that's also about the same range as this. So if I'm gonna charm, it's about the same as blue ring. Yeah. That's why you gotta like just walk outside, kind of far from people.
No, freedom. She kind of was in space. Wait, can...
I know. Vermont tried to. Vermont's like, you can't come here. And it's like, what if I do? You shouldn't.
Because everybody was like, go crazy. So the
Ash.
origin, but people can do whatever they want.
Ash? Where'd it go? Oh, there's Diego. Oh my gosh, they're all baiting Baron. Well, that's sad. Don't know what to do about that. Oh. I want the Diego now. Oh no, that's not Diego. That's a freaking fountain. Oh, he went over this way actually. What a wise guy. You guys always jumping around, but I got the smite for the assist. Xerath onto the Zed. Enough objective we even need. Baron's kind of crap. I don't care about Baron. Just for beating them to it. Back. Forward. I could kill a Diego 2v1. Is he? No, it doesn't have ult. No. So boring clearing the jungle. I think we could have 2v1 Diego. Hmm? Fresh ultimate. Interesting. Probably did not need the ult there. Seems like you're really good. I was expecting him to flash away to the support, and then no team. He was so good at it. Oh god. What? Oh, I got the charm! Barely right at the trip. Wukong's about to wreck our entire day though. Closely. Nice! Thank you, girl! Such good follow through. Not used to it. This must be what Plat feels like again. Team actually shows up. What's that? The man just died instantly.
Shut down.
Dragon time. Can't be going top. Team is all gone. Oh, Silas bottom, that's the one we want. That's the pick we're looking for, is the Viego bottom, sorry. But he can just walk up the wall, I guess, and join the team. Darn, because he was way out of position. That would have been a good fight to pick. Now we need to wait for Xerath. Wait for a lot of people, actually. Good cleanup, guys. Good cleanup. Oh no. I thought he was pretty weak, but it's the one guy with like 1 hit left. Ooh. Yeah, if he turned back, we could have killed whoever it was. Ash. I think he was super weak. You guys ever think for that one? Back in. job, Xerath.
Triple kill. Ace.
Yeah. I mean, if you sit on your chair like 8 hours a day, why not spend 1,000 on it? I don't know. They get mixed reviews. I feel like... Yeah. Oh yeah, the $1,500 chair. It's like the Herman Miller M body. It's all the Twitch streamers and stuff use it. Or I guess like the tech YouTubers more, but it's like $1,500. The Herman Millers are all between like 500 and a few grand, but I don't know. My friend has used Herman Millers and it's garbage, and then the reviews online say these like M bodies are not that great actually. I can get there in time. I started up one person. I guess it's only fair Drake for you to see him. Not a big deal. Ooh, up to Diego. And the Witron. Oh god, I'm gonna die if I pick up all these. I do have ult to get out if we keep jumping, but I have a feeling they're gonna jump one of these. I don't know if we can afford this one. Schlage? S-C-H-L-A-G-E? Schlage, right? There's Clag. Oh, he's getting some fighting on down there. Ooh, that hurts. How's he doing in that fight, Diego? Not good. Oh, and he's got the Malphite. That sucks. Should let the dragon work on our side, guys. Let the dragon whittle him down. Let's stand in front of the dragon. I don't think I can steal that. That's actually too much stealth. They have 2 stealth characters. I don't think it's over. If we get a good Malphite ult, we can still win a fight pretty hard.
Shut down. Ace. Your turret has been destroyed.
I mean, it might have been nice to have that Malphite ult bottom for this big fight that's brewing, but that was just a good pick too. Oh, I could not. This guy has like a lot of healing. What is that? Hydra? All from Hydra? Oh, and I guess I don't know. Nice, good ignite. Oh, he's got heal on kill though, right? The ignite's not gonna finish him now. That sucks. Wait, Malphite died to what, Viego? Did he one-on-one Viego after he got that kill on Travis?
Your turret has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Bad to begin. Would you? What's that? Diego. Oh, we are remanning the blue buff. That's not fair. Ooh, nice stun though. That's probably it. Oh, they're not gonna close. I stand. I probably stand half the time. I stood a lot today coding though. Wait, why would he? The Thresh Lantern was right there and he used his ult to get what the frick? I think it's Malphite just killed it. He's just not even doing anything. Blowing his ult. I need to get a pick so we can win the next objective. There, fall at Baron. The thing is, even if I pick the Ashe, it's not necessarily a win. This is gonna group up. Oh, somebody's died. Oh no. I don't know if I used his ult already. Oh yeah, I could have used it instead of taking the Thresh Lantern. Oh my god. Or no, he must have used Sentinel. It's not that long to cooldown, right? I don't know. Yeah, yep, Malphite. He picked a 1v1 with his ultimate before every like dragon fight. There were like 3 consecutive dragon fights where he ulted one person to fight instead of like sticking with the team or ulting their entire team.
But here is we put a number of processes limit at 64 and a number of open files limit at 2048. And then some more information on those two things. The capping max process is 64, but this is going to resist things like fork bombs. And fork bombs are very problematic because if you don't have mitigation techniques in place, it's almost a guaranteed system crash. And then capping max files at 2048, and this is max open files. So if you open tens of thousands of file descriptors and you just saturate all the resources on the system, then it can't really do what it needs to do. The next hardening technique is to mount all the resources as read-only. Basically from a runner user standpoint, the entire system is read-only with the exception of the /temp directory and only files that they created. And this is going to resist the classic arm-rf no preserve root /, which would ordinarily delete the entire system. As you saw earlier in the executor, we're capping runtime execution at 3 seconds, and this is tunable. We could raise this to 5 seconds if we thought it needed to be, but usually any code that's executing longer than 5 seconds is probably executing forever in infinite loop. And that's problematic because if the program never exits, then it's there forever, and it just keeps eating up resources. So it's important that Piston get rid of that process after 3 seconds. We're also going to cap standard out to 65,536 characters. This is going to ensure that a process cannot just write runaway content forever and just use up all the resources. And then the last hardening step is we're going to sig kill misbehaving code. We're not going to try to gracefully shut it down. There's no sig term or sig int. We're actually going to kill -9 it because it's processes that they're not modifying files. There's no risk of corruption. We need to just kill it and get it off the process table. And that's it for Piston, the internet's best performing code execution engine. As you probably know now, although it seems like a pretty simple thing, there's actually a ton that goes into it. And as I said, this is a public mechanism, meaning you are free to use the OpenJSON API, or if you have a Discord server, you can install it to your Discord server by going to emkc.org/run. The product is also entirely open source. If you'd like to modify it or update it or install it locally, you're more than welcome to do that as well. This is a really interesting project to build, and it's been going on for about the last couple of years, and we have tons of new features planned for it. Piston also represents one of the major successes for the Engineer Man Discord server. Anyway, I hope everybody learned something after walking through kind of some of the research and the thinking on how to build something like this. I know that me personally, I have a lot more knowledge having gone through this exercise and building this project. As always, if you have any questions or comments about anything you saw in this video, please be sure to let me know in the comments.
Yeah, can't hold the candle to that. Wait, I'm gonna make a tea while the queue goes. I have Peloton. Who's good on this team? Wait, with Morgana. Hot streak. Good vision. Hot streak. The bottom doesn't need any help. Mid guy has high kill participations. He's aggressive. That's good. And top guy. Nah, he's lame. Turret destroyer. Oh, but Garen Stomper. He's my favorite guy. And we have a big
Welcome to
newbie.
Summoner's Rift.
Oh no, one trip pony Garen. Oh god, it would
30
be a
seconds
one trick
until
pony
minions
Garen.
spawn.
Kill me. That's just a website. It's kind of cool to overlay it on the stream. Oh, the chat looks kind of crap too. It's a little off center there on the left, but it's alright.
Minions have spawned.
Wait, does the Ivern support? Only plays trees. warding it already? Wow. What a loser. He was at level 1. This guy's pushing, so we can't kill him, but maybe we can kill the Diego if we got his chickens. Little spook. Yeah. Go him the boss. Can't really gank that. Bottom ward runs out in like a minute-ish.
First blood.
Well, there it is. I did say this guy's a Garen destroyer. Wait, leagued in. There's an idea. Finally having fights. Good, finally gank time. It has been a minute. I think the ward's about gone. I'm gonna try. Don't want to scan because then if I scan, they're gonna know. But it looks like the ward is not gone because they're booking it. They're booking it. I mean, I didn't need heal and shield, but that's cool.
Ally has been slain.
I should have come straight mid before. It's my bad. Bill's gonna heal up. I wish I could get in that top push in time, but I probably can't. And I think Diego probably warded that when he was recalling, but this is the best we got. We're gonna have to make it work. We whipped her parry. Nice job, man. Killed the Garen killer. there's a pink in here. They have to at least clear the wards from these bushes while they're weak and they gotta go home. Oh yeah, they know. They know. Gonna die now though. A nice run, guys. Get it together. That's 4 bottom. Oh, it was close. Mm-hmm.
Insane.
See ya! Oh my god, Ori. It's not a pink, I don't care. Ooh, that was a good one.
Enemy killing spree.
I could also get in there as long as I'm looking for that. I was like, wait, is he invincible and intargetable when he's ulting? I don't know. I just wanted to dodge damage. Is it stun? I don't even know what Viego does. I'm gonna try it. Yeah. I don't think we can grab it. Unless he doesn't suspect. Oh, I almost got so bad.
has been slain. Turret plating will soon fall.
We have tons of dogs with the dragon. Nice one,
Enemy has been
Good
slain.
work, guys. Oh, there's a ward. That's a shame.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed. Your team has destroyed a turret. Enemy has been slain. Your turret has been has destroyed a turret.
Dang, I cannot ult before she queued. Oh, come on. This bottom lane is crazy. Support items. Ah, there's a pink in that bush. I can't break it right now.
You have slain an
That was
enemy.
clean. Really? For the also all this? 5 of us? Oh, dead now. Oh, like 5 of it. That's cool though. We're the top seconds for ult. We're looking
Has been slain.
Garen with the Ivory Shield. Do not want.
Enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
I don't know how he did not put it that charm, to be honest. It's carried to me.
Killing spree. Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
Oh no, I should be downstairs now. Yeah, I think we can't nail the extra dragon fight. Is that a pink in there? No, push, I don't remember. They have no smite, although I don't either because I free to use it like a bullet. Oh, that's great. I hope you guys can finish it. Strangely, they don't have. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. That was close. At least I got his flash. And a heal, I think, too. Oh, you can make that first. Wow, that play. Oh my god, that play. And
Killing spree.
oh my god.
Shut down.
Oh man, they've come to shut down. Shut down mine. Oh yeah, stay for him. I knew she'd do that. I waited out the request. I waited till it was the anthem. What do we get from that? Bag's not for a minute. Baron?
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Slain an enemy.
Oh.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Dragon, finish it.
Killing spree. Enemy has been slain.
Ooh, and that's so...
Shut down.
Who is getting on this game?
Turret has been destroyed.
Do we take care of Fiora and lose Baron? Guess we don't have jungler.
Has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Diego's taking his columns, maybe? Yep.
Dominating. An enemy has been slain.
You're waiting for.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Shut down.
Just to mess with him. Not really a whole lot worth fighting for here. Wow, I just messed that up really. It just doesn't matter. Cute? Oh, I missed the
Killing
thing.
spree.
Doesn't matter. Wait, isn't charm?
Shut down.
Didn't it time that by like a half second?
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy.
There we go. We can probably just end up that ballistic dragon.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Has destroyed a turret. Has destroyed a turret.
Oh, that looks super good. Gotta hand it to him. It can still end, right? Please? Oh my god, it's again. Okay. Hi, right here. Blue. No visibility.
Red team. Blue team quadra kill.
The chat looks real nice, just completely overlaid on the game there. I can fix that. Oh, I'll leave that there. That's good like that. Then we gotta change the height. Like 400? And then of course changing the height resets it, but that's fine. That's good. That was a long one.